Right, so I wanted to come in here. We're back on the train of doing videos more regularly, and I haven't talked positively about Disney Speedstorm for nigh on a year now. I've made it very clear what my opinions are on that game, and this video may be completely pointless, because I don't think that after the next content update, the next season, I don't think after, what is the next season? Freaking Big Hero 6. I don't think after Big Hero 6 we're getting any more seasonal content. I think, season 12 is the last one. I think we're getting to the end of the content roadmap, and then we're done. That's my personal opinion, because that is the way that the game has been going. We're losing out on a lot of, basically a lot of the stuff in the game has gone very pay to play. It's very pay to play heavy, but a lot of people are annoyed that I'm such a negative voice towards this game and the community around this game. So I've decided that what I'm going to do instead for this video is, hypothetically, if the game continues on past Season 12 and we get more seasonal content afterwards. I've already done 2 videos in the past where I've detailed characters that I feel like should be in Disney Speedstorm that need to be added to the game. So far, a few of them have been added. I mentioned Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. He's in the game, and he's quite good as well. I mentioned Tron. It's not the version of Tron that I thought was going to be in the game, but we do have, obviously, the most recent season, the current season, is based on Tron Legacy. So, technically, there's Tron representation in the game. Sorry. Got a little frog in my throat. And Maleficent's in the game as well. I'm surprised that there's no Peter Pan at the moment. I'm surprised that there's no Peter Pan representation at all. Not even a mid-season character. I think we're getting that as seasonal content. I don't know who the 4th character would be if we do get a season of Peter Pan stuff. But I think there's going to be some kind of Peter Pan representation, because, it's one of Disney's most lucrative, one of their biggest franchises. I'm surprised that there's no Lion King. I'm surprised that there is no Cars representation. You would think in a Disney-based racing game, you would get representation of the movie that is all about racing. You've got Tron, you've got Wreck-It Ralph. That's the trifecta there. But I wanted to come in here and talk about 5 more characters, or 5 more franchises, shall I say, that I feel like are ripe for the pickings. I feel like there's still a lot more that this game can tap, in terms of characters that are from the Disney zeitgeist that deserve to be put in this game, or deserve some kind of representation in this game in some way. And I think I'm gonna just start off. I'm as depressed as everyone else that Sora from Kingdom Hearts is not in Disney Speedstorm yet. He is the main character that I want to be put in this, but outside of Sora being put in this, there are many other characters, a plethora of characters that I feel like should be put into Disney Speedstorm. And if there's anyone saying that there should be Marvel representation, one, I don't think we should get any MCU characters in Disney Speedstorm. I know I'm pretty much branded around superhero stuff. Last season, The Incredible Season, and next season, Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is a Marvel property, so we're getting Marvel characters in the game anyway. Also, there's superhero representation in the game anyway. We don't need Marvel stuff. By that I mean, we don't need the Avengers to appear in a Disney animated video game. I feel like anything else is right for the pickings. I'm surprised that there's no Mary Poppins. That kind of, I'm surprised that there is no Mary Poppins. But without further ado, I want to talk about 5 characters that I would like to see in Disney Speedstorm. 5 more characters that I would like to see in Disney Speedstorm. And I'm just gonna throw a name into the hat right now. I would like to see Goliath from Gargoyles show up. Just think he would be a cool character. I think Gargoyles representation would be pretty fun. Demona's pretty cool as well. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to be the first person to say I haven't seen the Gargoyles cartoon, but everything that I've seen Gargoyles representation in previously has just been really cool. And I would like some Saturday morning, Saturday AM representation Disney Speedstorm. We don't have that much. There isn't really much, if any. But yeah, he's my Gargoyles representative because he's the main one. And I don't think we're going to get more than one member of the main Gargoyles. I think if we do get Gargoyles representation, I think it's mid-season. I think we get Goliath and we get Demona. That's probably it. And then, that's it. But they're probably going to be really busted characters. I would love to see Chernabog in the game. I think he's just too big. They could size him down, but I don't know. I don't see a whole Fantasia season. The next character that I would like to see, and a character that kind of finishes up, because it's the only Mickey and Friends character, or Mickey Mouse adjacent character that doesn't have representation, that is still fairly well known, that is still fairly should be in one of these, or should be in this kind of thing. It's Scrooge McDuck. I think Scrooge McDuck, again, Saturday morning, or Disney Sat AM representation. I was toying between Scrooge and Darkwing Duck. I feel like you could do either or could fit really well. I feel like maybe if you do mid-season stuff, Scrooge and Darkwing Duck probably are the mid-season characters for that season. And heck, I'm going to chuck it in. I think Scrooge and Darkwing Duck are going to be next month's mid-season characters. Do I have anything to base that on? No. But there you go. I just feel like those are the characters that, I feel like they're the Sat AM characters that are most likely to be put in the game. I feel like Scrooge would be really good, just in general. And there's a game mode in Disney Speedstorm where you're picking up coins. Does Scrooge McDuck not seem like the perfect character to be in that game mode? I don't know at this point. But yeah, third pick that I want to talk about is Basil the Great Mouse Detective. I feel like that is I've kind of put in my wish list characters in each of these, and I feel like my like pick of characters that I think there is no way that these characters are going to be in the game. But then we have Zeus playable in this. We have, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Figment. There are plenty of obscure characters and weird picks in this game so far. So I'm going to say Basil the Great Master Detective, and probably this is another mid-season character, can throw in Ratigan as well, as part of like a mid-season duo. I feel like they're just right for the pickings. Again, more characters that are never given representation. It's a movie that I think is mostly forgotten about, but damn is it good. Basil the Great Master Detective is one of my favourite, like, classic Disney movies. It was one of the first Disney movies to use, like, 3D, a mix of, like, CG animation and hand-drawn animation, and it looks beautiful. That fight in the clock tower is amazing. I just want to see that movie get represented in more things, maybe get a resurgence for that movie. Not saying that Disney Speedstorm can bring a resurgence to anything really, but I think that would be an interesting one. Another thing that I think would be cool, and I'm so surprised that there's no representation for this in the game yet, and I think it would be seasonal content. Winnie the Pooh. I think, how is that not in the game yet? We've got Muppets. That's like the third pillar of Disney. Like, you've got the four pillars of Disney. You've got like Snow White representing the princess side. You've got Mickey Mouse obviously representing the like corporate, maybe a demon in disguise version of Disney. You've got like, I'd probably say Mary Poppins represents the live action stuff. And then you've got Winnie the Pooh, who represents the stuff that's like really for like baby thing for babies. But also he's like the most heartwarming thing. And Christopher Robin, the live action Winnie the Pooh movie that came out a few years ago, that is the most heart-wrenching thing I think I've ever watched in my life. And I'm man enough to admit that I may have cried at Christopher Robin. That movie's amazing. But yeah, I'm surprised that there's no Winnie the Pooh representation in this, obviously. Because it's one of the most, like, if you don't like Mickey Mouse, I think you'd be hard pressed to say you don't like Winnie the Pooh. Is there anything else that I think is up for grabs that I think should be in Disney Speedstorm? Any other characters that I think would work really well? And I think the main one, the one that everyone wants, what I thought would have been a really underrated Disney movie, but has kind of become a bit of a cult classic, and one that I haven't mentioned in any other of these videos, is The Emperor's New Groove. I think we get The Emperor's New Groove as a season. I think because it hasn't happened yet, I think if we get a new roadmap, the 3 seasons that are going to be on that roadmap, on the next roadmap, I think one of them's 100 Acre Wood. I think one of them's Winnie the Pooh. I think one of them is a Muppets-based season. I think we're getting a Muppets-based season. I think we're getting Fozzie Bear. I think we're getting Gonzo. I think we're getting Swedish Chef. I think we're getting a prawn. And I think the last one is Emperor's New Groove. You know, we get Kuzco, we get Pacha, we get Yzma, we get Kronk. Kronk's freaking thing, and I'm not gonna say specifically any character from it because I want all of them. I want all four. I think that's like the most there for a season kind of thing we get. Kuzco can get his, like, the girl that he was crushing on in the animated series. You get her as the unique crew member. I think Pacha gets his family, or gets his wife as his crew member. Yzma is a weird one. She probably gets her cat version as her thing, as her unique crew member, epic crew member, and Kronk will get his dad as an epic crew member. Yeah, I think, if anything, I've probably got more nostalgia for Kronk's New Groove than Emperor's New Groove. But I like both movies pretty much equally. And I think both are great. I think both movies are great. And I just want to see representation for that in a thing. I want to see representation for that in Disney Speedstorm in some way. Do I think those characters necessarily would be good? I don't know, honestly. But yeah, that's kind of my one, like, genuine, like, this is the season that I want. I think everything else is more a thing of this is destined to be in the game at some point anyway. I think if they haven't done Winnie the Pooh yet, I think that's either mid-season for the next season, or, you know, it's the season after that. It's going to be revealed in the next roadmap. I think Emperor's New Groove is the same, but that's more of a wishful thinking thing. Basil the Great Master Detective is probably my weird pick, or my like little guy that I'm championing. Scrooge McDuck, again, I think if he's coming in, I think Darkwing Duck's coming in as well, and also Gargoyles. I think that's one of the most well loved Saturday morning cartoons that Disney can do, and it's a bit more of a like, it's the closest thing that Disney has to the X-Men animated series. I'm not talking about X-Men 97 because I know that's owned by Disney anyway. But it's the closest thing they have to like a Marvel Saturday morning cartoon, or to like Batman the animated series. But yeah, and if there's anything from just rambling the last 18 minutes, it's probably, boy, I need to watch Gargoyles. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below if there's any characters that I haven't talked about before, that I didn't talk about in this video, that you would like to see added to Disney Speedstorm. I think there's so much more that they can do. It's whether the game survives past this next season, because I don't like a lot of the choices that the game has made, but I hope that there is still life in this little baby yet, and I hope that Gameloft make some small decisions that I think are just more like player friendly, and I think just more free to play player friendly as well, because at the moment the free to play player experience is an abysmal one. It's not fun. I get my little fun moments in the game, but yeah, the new supercharged system I don't really like. The fact that we only get really one new free character every season, or that free-to-play players only get one guaranteed character per season. It's not fun. And the fact that one character is usually the character that no one wants to play as. Like, for example, the Tron season, this most recent season, Zeus is the free character. And after having watched Tron Legacy, I don't want to play as that character. I like Michael Sheen as much as the next person, but that character has like 5 minutes of screen time in the movie. It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas season as well. The free character for that season was Dr. Finkelstein, the wheelchair-bound duck. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what other characters you want to see in Disney Speedstorm. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Base.